이게 얼마 전에 말했던 강선이 형이 직접 편집했다던 그거 같거든요? 직접 편집은 아니고 트레일러 마음에 안 들어서 했다는 디렉터스 트레일러.
Hello, adventurers. My name is Kum Kan-son.
소리 너무 커? 소리 너무 크면 말해주세요.
I'm the director of Lost Ark.
내 이름은 금강선, 로스트아크의 디렉터지.
Korean names are hard to pronounce, aren't they? Korean names are hard to pronounce, aren't they?
한국 이름은
So just
발음하기가
call
어렵지.
me Gold River.
골드리버라고 부르삼.
With the help of a wonderful voice actor who will continue for me in English and this trailer,
이 목소리
I'll
좋은
show you
아저씨가
some cool
통역해줄
ways
거임.
to enjoy Lost Ark, which is launching very soon. Say hello to our adventurers. Hello. Nice to meet you, adventurers.
인사합니다.
Now, let us begin.
시작합니다.
Let's take a look at the world of Lost Ark.
로아의 세계를 한번 봅시다. 내 통역은 앞으로도 이럴 거다. 알아서 알아들으삼.
It all started with one.
하나에서 시작됨.
From the age when our world, Arcadia, was created.
아크라시아가 탄생한
To
순간부터
the time when the moon turned red and the
달이
demons of Petrania broke the mandates.
붉어질 때까지, 붉어질 때까지
Everyone craved the one and only light of creation. The Ark.
방금 그렇게 말했는데? 뭔 말인지 잘 모르겠어.
The hour of prophecy has come.
Our
Order and chaos have begun to encroach upon each other. In places of history established under the glorious sun, and in places that were kept under the silent darkness.
통역하기 너무 어려운데?
Dawn is coming.
근데 필요한가?
The
여러분들
stars
로아 스토리 다
align
알잖아요.
to guide you
이거 하프님
to
알려주셔서
find
고맙습니다.
the
감사합니다.
Ark, the light which never goes out.
님들 다 아는 거임. 처음에 딱 로아 처음 스토리 얘기해주고 있어요 지금. 요 여자 목소리는 로아 스토리 설명임. 직업.
In this world called Arcadia, you will face many enemies, including the powerful demon legion of Kazaros.
카제로스?
But there's no need
카제로스에
to worry.
악마들이 많은
I will introduce you to the cool
악마들이
heroes that will
많다.
fight against them.
걔네랑 싸울 수 있는 애들 소개함.
Classes in Lost Ark have their own unique characteristics and combat mechanics.
인파.
You can progress with unique skills and your own style.
직업마다
There is a
여러
class that
스킬이
changes
있대요.
combat stances to deal with various combat situations.
스탠스도 막 바꾼대요.
Some classes can burst their specialty to transform and become more powerful.
어떤 애들은 변신한대요.
There is a class that goes berserk.
버서커도 있삼.
There is a class that uses huge mechanical launchers and other hardened weapons to crush enemies.
메카닉 웨폰 쓰는 애들도 있삼.
Not only are there classes that deal damage, there are also classes that support and heal their allies.
딜러 말고 서포트도 있음. 훌리향 바드.
There's a sense of safety with a class on the front line protecting allies.
오로드같이 앞에서 지켜주는 애들도 있음.
You can effectively evolve the unique skills of each class in various ways to fit different combat situations using the tripod skill tree system.
스포를 써서 여러
Styles of
상황에서 여러
skills can be
스킬을 쓴다.
changed based on the situation, and even the controls can be changed. You can find the most optimal combinations of skills by customizing. Each class has 2 awakening skills.
어웨이크닝 스킬이 각성기 말하는 건가? 각성기 2개씩 있대요.
Ultimate skills. With these awakening skills, you can turn a battle's direction quickly.
그럼 전투를 빨리 끝낼 수도 있다 함. 그러게 소소리스 방금 나왔나? 메테오 하나 했나?
Once you've chosen your class, it's time to experience their progression through a set of challenges. In the Chaos Dungeon, which is one of the fundamentals of this game, you will battle waves of monsters to help you create your own fighting style.
게임을 시작하면
Feel
카던도
free
해야
to
되고
brag about your magnificent skills against hordes of enemies. Once you've familiarized yourself with battles, try raids where you'll face off against lethal
카던에서 스킬이
guardians.
익숙해지면
Their variety is an imposing threat.
가던
You will be able to
가디언
greatly
투벌도
enhance
하러
your
가고.
combat skills by facing these mighty guardians. Now that you've experienced battling powerful guardians, it's time for abyssal dungeons and abyssal raids, where
가디언
working
투벌
with
했으면
allies becomes
어비스
more
레이드랑 어비스
crucial.
던전 할 수 있고
Here, enemies will try to confuse and trick you with their gimmicks. Sometimes you'll need to rely on your skills, and sometimes you'll need to rely on your allies' support.
기믹들
Once you defeat them,
해야
you will
되고
be ready for the biggest battle in Lost Ark, the Legion Raid. There,
군단장
you will
그리고
face
마지막
the
군단장
6
레이드
most powerful Legion leaders: Valten,
발탄
Vikas,
비아키스
Kakul Satan,
쿠쿨 빙뽕
Belshazzar, Akan,
이름이 다르네.
Kakul Satan, Brush,
이름이 다르네.
Vikas,
비카스
Kakul
카쿠세이돈
Satan,
카쿨세이돈
Belshazzar,
브렐샤자? 왜 아브렐슈드라고 안 했지? 왜 이름 바꿨지?
Akan,
일리아카는 그냥 아칸이네.
and Theamine.
어? 얘는 때마인이래. 무슨 종교적인 게 있대요?
Facing them will be very interesting, but also extremely challenging.
어렵답니다.
If you're powerful enough, they await you in the Legion Raid.
군단장 레이드를 리전 레이드라고 그러는구나.
Of course, there's more to Lost Ark than vertical progression or simply leveling up. This is more to Lost Ark than vertical progression or simply leveling up. This enormous world has much to offer.
싸우는 거 말고도 여러 가지가
Somewhere,
있대요.
there is a Chaos Gate that only opens once a day.
하루에 한 번 열리는 가게.
There's a secret map that lets you explore hidden dungeons.
비밀지도
And a
품앗이.
ghost ship that appears in the sea.
즉 캘린더 설명들 나오네.
With skills like foraging, fishing, hunting,
생활하는 거.
logging, archaeology,
고학. 꿀통이.
mining, and crafting.
생산.
You can live off the land and sell your crafted wares.
해서 팔래요.
You can also adorn your own land in Stronghold. Customize your stronghold and invite friends. If you like
영지
PvP,
만들어서 친구
make your
초대하래.
way to the Proving Grounds.
PVP.
You can hone your combat skills there. Visiting certain regions and islands will enable you to enjoy various types of PvP battles.
여러
And
섬의
once you start to
PVP가
get
있음.
accustomed to these, you will find an opportunity for more challenging and massive battlegrounds. If the everyday routine isn't for you, try other activities, like a sailing co-op quest. Climb spires to face challenges in the tower.
각종 섬들 설명하는.
Explore random rooms and cubes. fight powerful field bosses, and so on.
필보도
A
있고.
variety of content awaits.
아 이거 이름 뭐더라? 이거
If
방금
you are
권자의
ready,
길.
tackle these challenges one at a time.
그러니까 할 거 이것저것 많다고 설명해주는 중. 레이드 말고.
Even with so many diverse activities to choose from,
여러 가지 중에서
my personal favorite is the Island Token.
선마 모으는 게 제일 좋대.
In Lost Ark,
이 해설자는
you can sail and travel to around 100 islands.
로아에서는 100개가
These
넘는
islands have their
섬들이
own
있대.
content and events that are
아.
completely different from the main storyline.
각각 다른 스토리나 그런 게
Become a
있고.
trusted consultant to the adorable Tukis. If you're brave enough, how about exploring a horror island?
무서운 섬, 메투스 제도.
Or if you're feeling sneaky, you might want to head to Twilight Isle. Sometimes you will encounter a weird place filled
섬.
with oddities.
이상한 섬들도 갈 수 있고
You can explore a maze,
미로도
or
할 수
join a snowball
있고
fight.
눈싸움도 할 수 있고
Fight PvP battles
PvP
in
도
a
할 수
field of
있고.
reeds full of treasures.
보물이 많대.
If you need money, you can deliver packages on the side.
돈이 필요하면
Challenge
택배하랍니다.
others with your fishing skills.
낚시 경쟁도
Or
하고
turn into a chicken and rally other chickens.
닭으로 변하래요.
These are just some of the fun side quests that await you on the islands.
이건 뭐야? 나 저거 안
Once you've
해봤는데?
mastered them, you can acquire a valuable item called the Island Token.
선마를 모으면 여러
I hope you'll
아이템들도
take
얻을
the
수
time to
있고
experience and enjoy these stories in Lost Ark. With so many collectibles, you can show off your collections and be the envy of your allies.
수집품
Unravel
모아서
the secrets in each continent
질투심을 유발하래.
and get your adventurer's tome to 100%. These pretty Makoko
모험에서
seeds
100%
are hidden
채우래요.
on all the continents around the world. Keep an eye out.
여러 대륙에서 모코코 줄 수 있대요.
There's also a special adventure map that will lead you to secret spots in the sea to find more treasures.
뭐라 그랬지? 바다에
Have
막
fun with
숨겨진
these
섬들도 있다
features
그랬나?
and keep looking around to find the many hidden collectibles of Lost Ark.
숨겨진 수집품들을
Good luck.
모으세요. 분럭이래요. 행운을 비네. 다음 스토리.
The story of Lost Ark begins like most. You guessed it right. The objective is to find the Ark. It's a common theme for RPGs, exploring different continents and experiencing different episodes
다른
while searching for the
RPG들처럼
Ark.
여러 대륙도 다니면서
But as your
아크를
adventure
찾는데
continues, you will get to know the people of Arcadia and get involved in the massive lore.
하면 할수록 여러
Eventually
NPC들을 알게
discovering your
되고
own destiny.
서사에 좀 더 이렇게
What
깊게
begins as a
관여한대요.
small story unfolds into a complex history. The battles become a war, and a huge story surrounding the secrets of Arcadia and the Ark will unfold before you. Please join us in this journey of epic stories.
이 에픽 스토리에
The secrets of
함께하시오.
Arcadia and the Ark will reveal themselves to you. This is sure to be fascinating.
죽인 겁니다. 스토리. 아 진짜 지린다 그랬어.
We can't talk about Lost Ark without our music. With so many different continents,
로아는
villains, and content in Lost Ark,
음악 대륙
we needed
적들이
music
많대.
that represents each of them to bring these stories to life.
각각 스토리에
Why don't we take
맞는
a listen to
음악이
some of
좋대요. 우리 로아는 음악이 좋아요.
From jazz,
재즈부터
heavy metal,
헤비메탈. 야 근데 잘 만들었다 트레일러.
EDM,
일렉 헤어
MIDI.
미디 음악? 이거 이런
Two
거
piano pieces.
피아노
Chamber music.
챔버 뮤직 이런 뭔 말인지 알겠지? 하요 나 이거 컷신 버그 때문에 못 봤어.
Musical scores.
뮤지컬 뭐야 영어인데 왜 목소리가 똑같지? 우리나라 성우들이 영어로 불러줬나?
Opera.
오페라. 야, 씨. 다른 건 몰라도 이거 보면 게임 깔고 싶어지.
Opera.
진짜. 빅리아는 뒤에 있어.
Hymns.
그렇지. 어디에
And even orchestral music.
오케스트라 25강 할 땐 찬미 직접 부릅니다.
Various music from diverse genres will match your adventure perfectly and be a delight for your ears. That's quite a lot, isn't it? But this just scratches the surface.
여러 가지가 많죠?
All the features
하지만
I've mentioned are
이게
not enough to
시작이야.
explain why you should play an MMORPG. The most important reason we play MMORPGs
우리가
are the
RPG를
relationships and memories created in the game.
이거 강선이 형이 했던 말인데 우리가 RPG를 하는 이유는
Are the relationships and memories created in the game.
게임 안에서 만들 수 있는 추억과 그런 관계들이 있기 때문이다. 라고
Whether
말했어.
it's people you have traded an item with,
아이템을 교환한
built
사람들이나
relationships with, cried,
같이 울었던 사람들이나 같이 웃었던 사람들이나
danced,
같이 춤춘 사람들
cooperated,
같이 협동한 사람들
competed against,
경쟁한 사람들
or just had a chat with.
그냥 노가리 깐 사람들
MMORPG is a genre that values relationships and memories with those you might just pass by,
RPG는 그냥 지나칠 수 있었던
create
인연이
lasting bonds with in the game's universe. Lost Ark will cherish and treasure your relationships and memories. We will offer a variety of experiences, things
여러
you can show off,
경험들을 선사해 드립니다.
and a community. We hope you will build special relationships and memories in Lost Ark.
로아에서 좋은
Events are
인연과
another draw
추억을
for
쌓으래요.
Arcadia. There are many
완전 북미
special-
금강선 갬성 영어 버전이잖아 이거.
relationships and a community. We hope you will build special relationships and memories in Lost Ark. Events are another draw for Arcadia.
이벤트도
There
많대요.
are many seasonal festivals, islands, and cool items awaiting you in Arcadia.
계절마다 이벤트 바뀜.
Diverse events are also prepared for each season, which is another attractive feature of an MMORPG. So look forward to these.
기대해 주세요. 저기 섬 전설 카드
I won't say
개꿀이었는데.
that Lost Ark is the greatest game ever. I won't say that Lost Ark is the greatest game ever.
로아가 최고의 게임이라고 하지 않겠습니다.
It would be unfair to compare us to a masterpiece MMORPG that you, or even I, went crazy about.
당신이나 내가 했던 명작 게임들이랑 비교하면 불공평해.
Such as World of Warcraft or Diablo, the Bible of hack and slash.
와우나 핵앤슬래시 근본인 디아블로랑 비교하지 말래.
We know that compared to all these legendary works, we're a Makoko.
우린 모코코래. 모코코는 한국 로아 커뮤니티에서 사용되는 뉴비들을 지칭하는 단어이다. 우리는 로아는 뭐 디아블로나 와우 같은 띵짝 게임들이랑 이제 비교할 수 없고 우리는 이 RPG계 모코코로 시작한다. 약간 요런 뜻인 것 같은데? 지어낸 거 아니야. 여기 밑에 써있잖아요. 여기 한국 커뮤니티에서 모코코란 신규 플레이어를 뜻한다. 그러니까 이거를
Or Diablo. It'd be
해석하자면
unfair to compare us to a masterpiece MMORPG that you, or even I, went crazy about.
우리가 옛날에 미쳐서 했던 MMO 명작 RPG들 뭐 디아블로나 와우 같은 거랑 비교 대상은 아니다.
Such as World of Warcraft or Diablo, the Bible of hack and slash.
핵앤슬래시의 성경책 디아블로.
We know that compared to all these legendary works, we're a Makoko.
이런 거랑 비교 대상은 아니고 우리는 모코코다.
But that means we're bringing our own unique charm.
하지만 우리는 우리만의 매력이
So
있다.
please, stay tuned.
그러니까
One thing's clear.
기대해주세요.
Lost Ark will always be a better game today than it was yesterday.
로아는 어제보다 오늘 더 나은 게임이 될 겁니다.
There is no doubt that this is a game that will continuously improve with you, our adventurers.
우린 여러분들과 함께 발전하는 게임이 될 것이란 것에
If you love MMORPGs,
의심의 여지가
once loved
없습니다.
MMORPGs but have fallen out of love, or if it's your first time playing an MMORPG, how about falling in love with Lost Ark?
처음 RPG를 하면 로아를 사랑해보시는 건 어떨까요?
I am so happy and excited to greet you in Arcadia, the
아크라시아로
world that we've created.
우리가 만든 아크라시아로
Thank you.
기대합니다. 감사합니다. 게이머들을 위한 모니터 2021년 미국 최고의 모니터 LG 라이프 이즈 굿.
You're watching Arc Week on the Crown Channel, everyone.
크라운 채널에서
If you aren't already, notifications.
아크 위크를 시청하고 계십니다.
Again, like I keep saying, you do not want to miss a single thing. So now it's
하나도
time.
놓치지
We're
마세요.
about to enter the library with Trisha Hirschberger and friends. Take it away, Trisha.
다른 사람 나올 거임.
Hello, Twitch, and welcome to Lore. My name is Trisha Hirschberger, and I will be your host
Trisha.
as myself and a team of expert philosophers uncover the vast world of Arcadia before your eyes. So like I said, we've got a select group of game experts known as our philosophers to discuss and debate the exciting particulars of Lost Ark here with you today, while of course preparing you to face the dangers lurking within the world of
로아에
Arcadia.
대해서
The
얘기하려고
latter half of Lore today will be
게임
centered
전문가를
around the
하나
Lost Ark
초빙한답니다.
game developer known as Gold River, in an exclusive one-on-one interview that I've been
강선이 형
doing,
나오나
and I know
본데?
a lot of you are very, very excited to see.
골드리버 나온다
We are
그랬어.
very excited for as well. So I'd like to officially welcome you to the Lorebrary. Now, the Lorebrary is a mythical setting full of hidden corridors and infinite possibilities. And the part of the Lorebrary that we're in right now is
로얼베리가
the
뭐야?
Hall of Heroes. Now, this is the area that is dedicated to the champions of Arcadia and where you will be seeing Gold River in the latter half of the show. However,
나중에
as the
나온대요,
show
강선이 형.
progresses in just a bit, you'll be able to
후반부에.
see another room in our Lorebrary known as the Arcadian Den, which features a round table setting where we will dive into the fantastical world of Lost Ark and the expansive story behind it.
여기서 이제 로아 스토리 속으로 빠져봅시다.
The story, the various locations, and all of the colorful characters that we will get to meet throughout this world. We're going to delve into all of it before you get to hit play Lost Ark this
로아를
Friday.
하기 전에 좀
So
알려준대요.
we're truly excited to kick off Ark Week with this brand new iteration of lore. Let's begin.
이분이 한국으로 온 거 아니야? 강선이 형 만나러? 강선이 형이 미국 갔다고? 약간 야매긴 한데 최대한 통역해드리겠습니다. 통역할 시간을 안 줘서 다 하기는 힘들어. 제가 말을 하고 있으면은 저 사람 말을 못 들어요. 그래가지고 짧게 최대한 해드릴게요.
The world of Arcadia has so much to offer. Behind every corner lies a captivating story just waiting to be told.
아크라시아에는 스토리도 많고 제공할 여러 가지가 많다.
Where our amazing philosophers will get to discuss the lore behind the world of Lost Ark. So, with that being said, let me introduce you to our panel of game experts.
패널
We'll
소개.
start off by introducing Amazon's amazing community broadcast manager. He's been a streamer for 7 years and is incredibly influential in the Lost Ark community here in North America. Please welcome Sci-Fi!
아마존 직원이면서 7년째 스트리머. 북미 로아에서는 약간
with excitement right now.
약간 뭐
I'm just super excited to like
영향력이
finally be
있대.
here and
좀
just to be able to talk about
성대님이나 조니니님 포지션 약간 이런 거 아닐까?
So I'm really excited for this. Can't wait.
Awesome. And Sai, just to kind of give everyone some background, how many hours would you say you've logged into Lost Ark at this point?
Not too many. I think at this point maybe like 1,500. You know, just not
Not too
a
many,
lot,
no big
you know.
deal, just like 1,500.
Oh,
Well, I
big.
love it. You're like the go-to source for lore, so thank you so
그때
much
그
for
사람.
being here today. Sitting next to Sai, we have another streamer with 7 years experience, very influential in the Twitch space overall, and
이분도 7년차
mainly,
스트리머.
used to main FPS and Battle Royale, but recently with
배틀로얄이랑 FPS 쪽으로 유명하신 분이래.
for MMORPGs. So all the way from Vegas, Nevada, Kat Conti, thank you for being here today.
No, thank you for having me out. I'm super excited to be
여기
talking
네바다다.
about Lost Ark
네바다래.
with everybody. Not only talking about it, but
네바다주.
learning a ton. Because I was told I'm sitting here with some really like big veterans of the game. So I'm very excited to be here.
Yeah, and how many
여기
hours
와서
would you
좋대요.
say that you've got logged into the game at this point? And it's not a competition. We're just trying to get everyone's base level.
With the BR background, everything's a competition. But I don't want to say that I'm
여긴
the most qualified
RPG는
one
경쟁이
of the
아니래.
people, but I'm setting out of pretty great 2 hours in the game.
So you got to play the beta.
I got to play the beta, but in a different way than everybody else. I got to play some high-level dungeons.
Love it.
베타에서
excited
뭐
to talk about
레이드
Yes, and we
좀
are
해보고
very
오신 듯?
excited that you are excited to be here to talk about it. All right, moving on, sitting next to Kat, we have all the way from Frankfurt City, Germany.
독일에서
who has been
오셨답니다.
playing on the Russian Lost Ark servers for almost a year now, yes. And in our
러시아서
first main, we have
하시는 분.
Seti Tool. Welcome, Seti.
Hi, I'm so glad to be here. Honestly, just looking at this amazing set, I think it was already worth the flight, to be honest.
You're happy with the lore,
너무
Barry?
여기가
Yes.
좋아서 비행기 타고 온 보람이
It's
있대요.
amazing.
And Seti, how many hours would you say that you've logged into Lost Ark at this point? What is your knowledge base?
So I didn't really check, but it's probably 3K plus hours.
I was
로아
gonna
한
guess that
3,000
it was
시간
something
했대.
that high. I was like, Seti might be our most experienced player at the table, which is
여기서
awesome.
가장
but
로아를
I
많이 한
think
사람?
it's nice that we have this kind of variety, you know, of folks coming into this because, of course, that represents the variety that we're going to have in chat as well. And then at the end of our table, we have two lovely individuals who stream under the handle Decker Games here on Twitch. They're a married couple who you may recognize
부부
from
천애.
things like True Blood,
마지막 두 사람은 부부야.
2077, and you know, maybe Detroit Become Human. Please welcome
부부는 인정인가?
Amelia and Brian Duker.
커플이
Welcome,
아니지.
guys.
부부는 괜찮아. 생각해보니까 부부는 괜찮아.
I'm happy to be here.
부부는 아군이야.
It's so exciting to have you here, and I think especially as we're doing this event to get into the lore of Lost Ark, representing all over the world, because you guys are relatively new to Lost Ark, correct?
Totally new.
Yeah, between the two of us, we have
이분들은
3,000 hours less than City.
아예 로아를 해본 적이 없는
But
분들.
you have seen the trailers, you read up on it, and you are here because you're excited to learn more.
We're all about
Yes.
it. Thank you, philosophers, for teaching us all that you know.
Well, and that's what today is all about, right? So we're going to be sharing our opinions, sharing the lore that we know, and getting everyone at home and everyone who's watching this ready to hit play Lost Ark this Friday on release. So at this point, before we delve into our topics, let's take a little closer look at Lost Ark.
로아를 한번 보세요. 네. 이번 금요일에 로아를 할 준비를 할 수 있게 이 사람들이 도와줄 거래.
Arcadia. To safeguard its future, fight your way across Luterra, the kingdom of knights, to explore its history and haunting landscapes. At Wavestrand Port, you'll claim your ship and sail out to discover all that Arcadia has to offer. Take your crew to Annika and the port city of Chengdu. Their martial arts tournament is famous for attracting the most skilled martial artists in the world.
NH 천하 제일 대회.
Deep in the arid deserts of Arthertime lies the city of Stan,
보여줬던 거네 이거 그때.
a technological marvel. With that technology comes absolute power. But absolute power corrupts absolutely.
절대적인 힘이 타락한 곳
At the foot
아르데타임.
of the Balankar Mountain sits Vern, the kingdom of Queen Aelin. But an ancient evil
에아달린이 이름이 에일린으로 바뀌었네. 그리고 베르는 번이라고 발음하네요.
Shoeshire is as dangerous as it is freezing cold, and made even worse by
슈샤는
its heartless warden Vrad.
그리고 영주가 쓰레기래.
But the demon's corruption has reached even this frigid place.
거기에 악마들까지 왔대.
The isolated land of Rowendell. Cross the Rainbow Bridge to gain entry to its magical secrets. And looming above it all is the Phantom Palace.
몽환의 궁전, 로엔델.
Yorn is home to the Umar, a proud race of industrious
우마르는
crafters.
우마라 그런다.
But their pride may also be their downfall, as they risk awakening a long dormant evil.
뭐 요네는 방금 뭐라 그랬지
In the
못
dark
들었어.
shadows of Phaeton, it's kill or be killed.
페이트는 죽거나
And if you
죽이거나.
survive this realm of half-demon assassins, dark secrets await all who travel into the
반만
cave of
악마들인 사람들.
Lost Ark is a world of endless adventure, and Arcadia needs your help.
아크라시아는 여러분들의 도움이 필요합니다.
You must assemble the Ark and fight
이거,
for
이거.
the land.
우마르가 끝에 R이라 아마 그냥 우말 이렇게 발음하는 거 아니야?
I am so in love with the look of this game. I mean, even in that trailer that we just got to see, I feel like we saw so many different types of locations that each have their own like living, breathing feel to them, almost as if the locations are characters in and of themselves. So let's go ahead and kick it off with our first topic of discussion today, and that will be the world of Arcadia itself. And I'm gonna start everybody off with this question. Of all locations in Arcadia, which one has the most interesting lore, in your opinion? And I'll kick the
어떤 대륙이 가장 흥미로운 스토리를 갖고 있는 것 같습니까? 라고 물어봤어. 팔로 감사합니다.
For me personally, well, so the entire game, all the regions, all the continents, there are 11 different continents. They all have their own like just cool lore in itself. But for
11개
me,
대륙이
I
각자
like
스토리가
Torchwick.
있는데
Okay.
이 사람은
is like a
토토이크가 제일
whole-
좋대.
It's an island that you actually sail to when you first start journeying to find your second arc, and you learn so much about this island. You learned about the giants and how they originally helped to defend the world against the
토토이크의
first demon legion that
거인
comes in.
스토리나
And then you learn also that the island is actually the last giant. So okay, we're about to dive deep. We're gonna go deeper.
마지막 거인이 있는
We're
곳이라
not giving out count main story spoilers. Sai is
Yes.
an expert at doing side quests and has
스포니은.
farmed all of this data to share with you today. So.
I'm a side quester. I am.
let
So
us know.
You know, and when you do side quests, you find out a lot of the story. So originally, these giants, they actually helped defend Arcadia against the Demon Legion.
거인이 옛날에 악마들을
rest
상대로
at the bottom of the
도와줬는데
sea. And Tortwig is the last giant who decides to rest above the sea.
Okay.
And when you land on this island, you find made up of different races, little tiny makokos, redfin pirates, bees. And as you
그러니까
journey
여러
to go
종족이
find
있고.
your arc, you start realizing, like, wait, there's a hand here. And as you travel around and progress to the top of the island, you finally discover that it's actually Tortwig, the last giant, who's just sleeping.
토이크는 그냥 거인 자체가 서민
This whole
곳이었다.
mission of trying to figure out what exactly is this island? Why are the people that even live here? Why are they even here? And it's very important in finding the arcs. So that's all I can really say. Because any more, it's gonna spoil it. I don't spoil it for y'all.
그냥
Definitely
거인이
not
있어서
spoilers.
좋았대요.
So to the rest of our philosophers, would you agree that Tortwig is the location with the most interesting lore? I see Seti making a face.
I knew we were gonna have a fight about this, but yeah, to me personally, I think Arcadian is the clear winner. It's this super cool steampunk.
이분은
universe,
아르데타인이
world,
제일 좋대요.
continent, whatever you want to call it, where you have the Saikin, which are people who have adapted to a very hostile environment in a barren wasteland, and they have no magic. But I don't really want to spoil. But
Again,
they have
no spoilers.
They have
야,
no
이분은
magic
스토리
like the other
빡고수인데?
continents, and so they adapted by starting to use technology. And for example, they might have, instead of a normal arm, they might have a
아르데타인이
machine
이제
arm or something like
막
that.
마법도
I think
없고
it's
옛날에
really
혹한의
fascinating.
지역이었지만
Also, the
그 막
areas
기계들로
in
이제
that continent,
진화해가지고
the city of Stern is just amazing and so
그런 점들이
tightly
좋대.
packed with all kinds of side quest lore that I just think it's a really cool place.
서브퀘들도 좋고.
And I love that it's like, we get a cyberpunk influence on one hand, and then on the other hand, it's almost like I feel like folklore like we see in, I don't know, it makes me think of the island in Moana of the woman sleeping is the island in Moana. But there's so many crossover with so many other types of fiction. And chat, we're gonna ask, of course, your opinion too. Pull up a chair at this table. You are also a member of this conversation, so we're gonna get a poll up for you asking, between the two locations mentioned, which you might choose as having the most interesting lore. Make sure to vote now in chat, and we will include you in the conversation
토토이크랑 아르데타인이랑 어디가 더 좋은지 투표하는데.
Amelia and Brian.
투표 어떻게 하는 거야?
To Kat, Amelia, and Brian,
투표 어떻게
would
하는 거야?
you agree with the answers so far, or would you maybe pipe in with something else?
I mean, just based solely on the descriptions, I love anything having to do with nature. Ladybugs sound amazing. I would love to ride on one. Give me Fern Gully, give me Avatar. So I would have to say that I would choose your continent.
Tortwig.
I know, I feel like
이분은 자연이 좋아서 토토이크가 좋대. 이분들은 게임 해본 적 없음.
You guys have to see Arcadian for yourself. You have to see it.
It's based on my instances of the game. Like, I did the dungeon and I was small and miniature, and you were saying that there's little munchkins running around.
Yeah, you ride around on a ladybug.
Yes,
I just
I
think
would-
that right
yes,
there.
I
But
would-
let me say, Arcadian is really cool because when I started doing side quests, I've started figuring out that Arcadia, Pride Home, is like where most of the archbishops come from.
Right, yeah.
And before, you're looking for the Ark right now, in the past 500 years prior, the Sacrian order, which makes up like most of the archbishops, they actually were banished. And they were banished to Arcadian. So there's a whole reason why they start messing with these machines and, taking off an arm. And now they have machine
500년
arms, because they
전에
had no access to
아르데타인이
magic.
뭐 어디서 추방당한 애들이야?
It's actually a really,
그거 아니지
really
않나?
cool. Tortwig still, but Arcadian is cool.
I'm all for the cyberpunk aesthetic as well.
그래?
And yes, in chat, keep
나보다
putting A and B
빡빡수네.
for the poll. That would be awesome. But I think a lot of what's enveloped in this conversation is not just what has the most interesting lore, but a lot of us are weighing in on like the look that we like the best and the feel we like the best. From a game design perspective, what do you think is the coolest continent or coolest location?
스토리 말고 게임 디자인을
I
보면
think it's really cool
어디가 제일
how
좋아
much
보인? 어디가 제일
variety
좋니?
is in Lost Ark just based on the trailer. There's so many different kinds of worlds that would appeal to so many different types of players. So it seems like whatever you want, there's something in Arcadia for you?
이분은
Is it Arcadia or
트레일러를
Arcadia?
보자면
That's gonna debate our table.
어디를 가든지 당신들이 원하는 타입의 대륙들이 있고 그래서 뭐 해도 좋을 것 같아.
Tomato, whatever feels right to you.
I say Arcadia.
That is the Arcadia for you, is what I would say. Do you think that there's any
아크라시아
particular
발음을
locations
어떻게
in
하는지
Arcadia
토론
that are more
중이었음.
difficult to traverse than others? I know, Seti, we were talking about this a little bit earlier. You had mentioned that there's one location that has a lot of bridges that just takes a bit to get through.
Right, yeah. I mean, we have Phaeton, Phaeton now, it used to be Phaeton. And they have like a lot of bridges, which is like maybe a little bit more difficult.
페이튼에
It takes more
가면
time, but honestly, it's kind of worth it because it's this beautiful
다리들이
Dark
많아서
Souls-esque
길 찾기가 힘들었대요.
place, and it's just amazing.
What's this frozen tundra place with the
얼음 지역이 어디냐고 물어봄.
Shire?
what is it? Shushar?
슈샤이어.
Is this a horrible place to go, or is it?
무서운 곳이네요.
Before he starts playing
I
on
was just gonna
Friday.
plan a vacation. I'm not gonna stop by if there's too many beasts. You
You
know?
can skip it if you want.
Don't skip it.
슈샤는 스킵하려면 스킵할 수 있다고 알려주는 중.
This guy saying, don't skip anything.
I'm just saying. I mean, I saw this dragon, and there's some serious beasts out there, and I'm guessing that every different continent has its own, creatures coming for us.
Yeah.
각
There's a reason
대륙마다
why, you know,
여러
you go to
몬스터들이 있냐.
Shushire and it's like this frozen tundra and like hard to like even navigate through it. And I was actually going to mention about Arcadian. You know, we have different play styles because like I'm into all like I can ride around on a ladybug. This is dope. And when I went to Arcadian, it reminded me a lot of like Final Fantasy VII.
Exactly.
이분이랑 게임
And
스타일이
I think
다르대.
that, like that's your style.
이분은
That's what I love
아르데타인에
about
갔을 때 팝한 생각이
I had
났대요.
this whole tinfoil theory about it actually being Midgar.
We love tinfoil hat
Yeah.
theories on lore. Please tell us all about it. How is that area Midgard?
Well, it's just because, I mean, there's so many little things. I don't even
못
know
알아들었어.
them off of my head. But so we have this wasteland, and the people are trying to survive there by using technology. And they have this huge technical plant thingy that they use to like extract or get life force so they can live there.
그 뭐지?
That's very
아르데타인의 그
reactor.
에너지 추출하는 거 그 이름
Then
뭐였지?
you have the Psykin. I mean, Barret. Look at Barret. He could be a Psykin.
레이디버거는
right?
무당벌레.
And then you have just the aesthetics as well. The machinery looks like Magitags, and even the
에어가이치
signs in the city
얘기하는
of
중인
Stern.
듯?
They have like this weird, interesting, cute little script that's not really like normal script, and it looks like the script they use in Final Fantasy VII. And yeah, a lot of other stuff like they have an orphanage storyline and stuff like that.
이분은 뭐 아르데타인이 뭐 그냥 기술적이고 막 그런 컨셉이라
Still Tortork though.
좋다고
I'm very
하시고
biased because it's my
이분은
favorite island.
무당벌레 타고
Do
다니는
we
게
have a
좋아서
heads up on what chat decided?
토토이크가 좋고
Oh, Tortoik is what chat decided in the poll.
토토이크가 투표
Chat
이김.
has weighed in as well. And of course, I saw someone just say, I'm checking my name in the background. Yes, you are a part of the show. You are right here in the Lore Brewery with us. So feel free to chime in on the lore discussions as much as you can. I do want to ask everybody, what info regarding the world of Arcadia itself do you think is vital for new players to know? If someone watching has never played Lost Ark before, is there anything about the locations that you think they should know before jumping in? And Brian and Amelia, I'm sure you'll be taking notes.
I'm taking notes.
만약에 로아를 처음 시작하는 사람에게
What do you
꼭
think?
알려주고 싶은 대륙에 관한 정보가 있나요? 라고 물어봤어요.
I think that I'm a side quester. I would just say just take your time and like
Okay.
don't, you know, because a lot of players, especially those that have been playing the game for years, they will say, play the game and just focus on main quests, like just rush through it, get to end game. And that's fun.
지키 연타하지 말고
That is Cat. She does.
서브
And then
퀘스트들도
meanwhile, I'm just like, hey,
하면서
Kat, let's go do
즐기랍니다.
side quests. And like, you want to go help me find my cocoa seeds?
Let's do affinity stuff.
모코코도 좀
At the same
죽고
time, that's how the rapport quests. You know, I was doing rapport quests the other day and
리포트
I ended up
퀘스트가 뭔지
helping
모르겠네.
You should do Sasha's.
a really important character
아,
look for
호감도
a
말하는
wife.
듯.
And I was like, whoa, I'm like helping this dude get married.
Matchmaker?
사샤 퀘스트
Is
해봤니?
a rapport quest like a
Affinity.
It's essentially like dating,
Yeah.
but not really
In a way.
dating, but you like build a relationship with the NPCs, with important NPCs.
And then at the
호감도에
end of it,
대해서 알려주는
when you
중.
build, when you complete all the missions, you can, so you actually have your own island that you can build up. And it reminds me so much of like my favorite games where it's like, oh,
내
I can just sit here and
영지를
just like
가질 수 있다고 말해주는
furniture
중.
around my island and invite my friends over like Animal Crossing.
like
That's
사람들도 초대하고
It's a
막 그
too.
조형물도
love
놓고.
it. I love it. And so I'm inviting these people to my island. Like, hey, you know, man, I've been doing these missions for you for like 3 months, bro. You want to come live in my island? And they're like, yeah. And I show up and they're there, and it's really cool. But I would just say, just play the game how you want to play it. Take your time.
그냥 천천히 이것저것 하고 싶은 거 하면서 게임을
Well, just
즐기랍니다.
even, I mean, talking about the various worlds that you can go into, it does sound like there's something in it a little bit for everyone, which is awesome. And now that we've chatted, I wish we could continue chatting more about the world of Arcadia, but there's so much more in this game to discuss. Let's go ahead and take a little bit of a closer look at the
더
story
얘기하고
in
싶은 게
Lost Ark.
많지만 뭔가 보여주려는 듯. 저분 흑서린이야. 스토리 중이심.
Welcome to Lost Ark, a free-to-play MMO action RPG experience set in the
로아는
massive world of
공짜.
Arcadia.
로아는
You'll
공짜.
create unique and powerful characters, customize their
캐릭
look and feel,
컴화해서 만들 수 있고
enhance your skills, acquire new and powerful weapons,
여러
explore
무기도
solo
쓰고
or party up with friends.
혼자나
And that's just the
파티해서
beginning of the
다닐 수
adventure
있고.
in Lost Ark.
요런 게 있었나?
Before you jump into all that Arcadia has to offer, you'll have to select your class.
로아를 시작하면 캐릭터를 골라야
Lost
합니다.
Ark features 5 unique character classes.
직업
Each
5개,
class has a choice of powerful advanced classes, giving you the freedom to play exactly how you want to.
직업 5개 중에
Every
이제 세부
advanced
직업들.
class features a distinct set of abilities that allow you to specialize even further. No matter which unique class combo you choose, you'll have the ability to take on whatever Arcadia throws at you. Using the
스킬 트리
unique
막,
tripod system, you'll acquire
특포로
skill points
자기가
and
이제
customize your abilities
원하는
to fit
방식으로
your playstyle.
전투를 할 수 있는 스킬을
Each
찍을 수 있다.
combat skill can be further upgraded 3 times
스킬
to
업그레이드
create
된다.
hundreds of different combinations of unique and powerful abilities. Make your skills hit harder, fly farther, and cast faster, depending on how you want to play.
플레이하고 싶은 대로 특포를 찍을 수 있다리.
There's no end to Lost Ark's rich story, detailed quests,
로아 스토리엔 끝이 없다.
engaging characters. Arcadia is a massive and mysterious world, under attack
아크라시아는
by powerful demonic forces who
미스터리하다.
are trying to find the Ark, a powerful artifact that keeps the universe in balance.
세상의 균형을 지켜주는 아크를 찾아야 한다.
Wants to use the power of the Ark to escape his volcanic prison and blanket the world in darkness.
페트라니아 애들은 아크를 사용해서 거길 탈출하고 싶어 해서
explore to rediscover the lost secrets of Arcadia and assemble the Ark, restore its power, and defeat the demon army.
악마들을 물리치세요.
Whether you play with a guild, a group of friends, or solo,
길드에
there's no
들거나
end to the
친구들이 하거나
adventures you'll have in Lost Ark.
혼자 해도 됨. 애니치 뭐야? 로스트아크 공짜. 비아키스 다운.
We are
비아키스
back
이름 비카스?
here in
뭐
the
그렇게 바뀌었던데.
library, and there is just so much around to check out. I got a little distracted during the break. I mean, check out these battle axes. I'm probably not supposed to touch them, so you know what? I'll just go right back to my seat. But welcome back to Lore, everybody. It's such an honor to have you here. Now, that video that we just watched covered 2 of our lore topics that we're going to discuss, both the story behind the world of Arcadia as well as the fascinating characters and classes that are therein. But we're gonna just put a little hold on the character discussion for right now while we do a
얘기는 잠깐
deep
멈추고
dive into the interesting story behind
스토리에 대해
Arcadia.
좀
So
더
for those who
얘기해
don't know
봅시다.
or who are new to the property, having been confined for 500 years, the volcano used to imprison Kazros is nearing eruption. Danger is looming. We hope that you're ready for the adventure of a lifetime. Lost Ark's story is vast and full of countless details, and our philosophers will now get a chance to dive into this topic. So, for my first question for the philosopher panel today, what is the most important piece of lore in all of Lost Ark? You know, not a difficult question or anything like that. But the most important piece of lore. Okay, Kat, you just said that's an
로아
easy
전체
question.
스토리에서
Take it, my friend.
가장 중요한 서사?
The arc. It's
내용?
lost. We must find it.
이 뭘까요?
Let's find the arc. But no, seriously, the reason why it is so important to the story.
아니, 그러니까
it is
이분이
the reason why
아크를
the
찾는 거다.
universe exists. It is the reason
하지만
why
왜 찾는지가
that
중요하다.
these characters exist. It's the reason why Khazros exists. So it is essentially an artifact that even the people that live in Arcadia think doesn't even exist anymore. Because they're lost and nobody's seen it for, I believe, like 500 years. So it's a pretty important part of the whole entirety of the thing.
Yeah, I would,
500년 전
I would say,
카제로스랑 막
for
사슬
sure.
전쟁 막
I
그런
mean,
것
not
때문에
only is it your main driving force as you
중요하다고 하는 것
progress
같은데?
through the story, but also it informs so much about the various locations, how everything came to be, etc. So I love that answer. Does anyone else have an answer they'd like to throw in the ring besides the Ark?
아크를
The
찾는
most
거
important
말고
piece of lore in Lost Ark.
로아에서 중요한 또
Thinking about it.
로어를
I know
뭐라고
it's a tough
해석해야
one. It's a
되지?
tough one.
I mean,
그냥
Yeah,
서사라고
no,
할게요.
definitely. Where are these arcs?
Good meeting, everyone.
Yes.
Yes, good meeting. The
I
Ark
would
is
probably say
definitely up there.
Khazros also.
Okay, let's throw
He's
in
trapped.
Khazros. Tell us about
He's trying to-
Khazros.
So Khazros.
카제로스에 대해 얘기해 주세요.
Man, this is a lot of backstory here, but Khazros actually, when Regulus is the god of Omnium, he makes the universe as he uses the beginning light to make the world of light. There's a world of chaos that is also created, and initially there's a god of this chaos. His
첫
name is
번째
Zazma.
최초의 빛.
So Zazma's the Lord of Chaos.
아이, 뭐라는 거야?
They invade Arcadia the first time, and this is when they get pushed back by gods and Regulus.
옛날에
And
뭐
the second
쳐들어와서
time,
신한테 밀려
Khazros
쫓겨났다고?
actually comes out of this abyss. So Zazma is in control of the world of chaos, and at this time, the abyss is created, and this is when Khazros emerges. So Khazros actually gathers demons, and they take over Zazma's throne. So he's not the original Lord of Chaos.
Okay.
He actually kills Zazma, takes his throne, kicks all of the demons out, makes his
아
own
카제로스가
demons,
옛날에 그뭐 이그하람?
assigns his own commanders to this legion.
죽여서 막
And he
페트레니아
also
뭐
makes the
뺏은
Red
거?
Moon. So if y'all saw in that trailer,
그거
that Red Moon
얘기하는
was a
중.
failed attempt to create the sun. The sun is eternal, and the ark was used to make the sun. And so Khazros trying to figure out how the heck can I get this? Because this red moon ain't working. And when he
그러니까
makes the
이제
red
카제로스가 그 붉은 달이 이제 더
moon,
이상
someone approaches him, one of the
태양
last
역할을 못
demons
하니까
that he kicks out approaches him and says, the red moon won't last forever. It's not eternal like the sun.
그래서
And this is
아크라시아의
when he starts in
로아를 뺏으러
the ark and just becomes
온다.
driven on just getting this ark. And another cool thing about Khazros, now he's in prison, and the reason for his imprisonment is, I'm so sorry, I'm going deep.
I
I'm
love
going
this
real
side.
deep
It's
right
like
now.
an Asian historian at the table. And again, for those in chat that are like, are these spoilers?
Yeah, someone said that.
I
Are
saw
they?
some people saying that they're a bit of spoilers,
Are
but
they?
from
Not really.
my experience talking to Sai is that almost everything you know, it's because you've like
Side
researched
quests.
Yeah.
and grinded the heck out of the side quests.
And you know what's so funny is that when you talk to
이분은
players
서브퀘에
that have
엄청
played the
집착함.
game, a majority of them will tell you to not do side quests. But this is how you
Cat's laughing
learn.
because you're that gamer.
Cat's like,
we
huh?
know.
And and so when you do the side quests and you're trying to 100% each continent, which a lot
그러니까
of
하고 싶은
players
말이 많은데
do.
스포일러
You learn
될까봐
about these
말을
races
잘
and why
못하겠대요.
this entire race of people have these pumpkins on their head, and why these Makokos live with these pirates on their
그래서
side.
서브캐를 하래.
And it's all
왜
from the- it's all from the
목포고
side.
씨앗을 줍는지.
And other stuff as well. Like
왜 사람들이
random
호박
descriptions
모자를 쓰고
are
다니는지.
super cool when you do their adventure quests, which I totally recommend everyone to do it. It's so much fun. It's so cool. You learn so much about the world. Also, Rapport gives you a lot of insight about some of it as well. And
You know Cal's? He's one of the Cal's.
While you're thinking about
one
it,
of
I want to
the
let
Black Fang
everybody in
Pirates.
chat know that we are going to ask your opinion on this as well. Whether you think the most important bit of lore in Lost Ark is the Ark or is Khazros. Of course, you can type A or B in chat to let
얘기가
us know your
3000%
thoughts.
세서
That is going up now.
이분이
Continue, my
크트함.
friend.
Oh, see, Cal's. You know Cal's from the Black Fang Pirates.
Blackfang, yeah.
근데 계속
so he's kind of like he's a jerk. Like when you first
지금
get your
스토리
first
얘기
ship and he's
계속 하고
just
있어.
I
like,
love that.
you know, like who are you? Like he's like he doesn't want you there. But then
love
you start
him.
doing report missions from
Yeah.
him, and he ends up being
카오스가
a cool
누구야?
dude that has his whole backstory as to why he's a butt face. But
I loved him being a butt face.
지금
I like
뭔가
those-
퀘스트에 대해 얘기하면서 흥분했어.
you're just cool, man. You're just a cool dude. Just has a bad, I guess a troubled upbringing, but he's a cool dude. But
Well, so Sai, your big thing is do the side quest. You're going to get all this additional lore, but I want to hear a little bit from Kat and Amelia.
사이드 캐를 하면 이 스토리를 알 수 있다고 하면서
not only just
넘겼음.
main quest it and get through. Is that because you're trying to grind and get more powerful before you do other stuff, or what is your impetus for just completing the main quest?
It's so I can do the high level stuff. I mean, endgame
메인
is probably
캐를
the
하는
most
이유가
fun
뭐니에요?
Okay.
of like almost any MMO. So I just normally just try to race through levels.
그러면 이제 이분이 상위
Then Brian and Amelia, would you
메인
consider
퀘스트를
yourself
밀어야
the
상위
type of
컨텐츠로 갈 수
player
있어서
that
해야 된다.
needs to collect every bit of lore like it's kind of a cheese and charcuterie board, or are you the like just get right through it? I'm here for the end game.
I mean, I definitely like a charcuterie board of lore and side quests. I don't have to get all the cheese, but most of the cheese I like because I feel like it gives me a really full experience of the story. And I like, you know, people put so much time into making these games and into making all of these, the side quests and the backstories of the worlds. I want to know. I want to get into it. So give me most of the cheese.
Brian, how are you on cheese?
I've been married to this woman for a while, and I can tell you that she will collect every piece of loot available.
말을
If
많이
there's any
쉬어.
of these rocks left on the table when we leave, it'll be amazing. She's just slipping them each into her purse.
Yep.
I don't know. I think I'm with Sai, where I want to go on the side quest and build
그러니까
my character,
요-
and then
한 줄
be
요약하자면
powerful and feel super confident about it, so that I can
서브
either, like,
캐든,
go down a blaze of
메인
blaze of
캐든
glory.
스토리들
You know, a blaze of glory. is
그냥
what I
최대한
meant.
많이
But,
해보고
you know,
싶대요.
I just feel like you want to. I don't know. Yeah, I have a richer experience when I'm dealing with the main story quest when I know more about the world around it, which is why something like the lore berry is super cool.
Also, some of the endgame content, like the Legion raids, for example, are much more enjoyable if you actually know the backstory about who they are,
그러니까
and
이
why they are there, and why
고인물
they fight in
누나가
the first place.
군단장 레이드를 할
Well, it
때도
seems like Chat has
스토리
played
백그라운드를 다
in, and
알면
that
더
Ark
재밌대요.
is the most important piece of lore in Lost Ark. So congratulations, Kat, for your imaginary internet points on winning that section of this very heated Loreberry debate, which is not at all very heated. It's just a bunch of friends chatting about a game. But yes, thank you for bringing that in. And
토론이
thank you,
과열된 게
Kat,
아니라
for your
그냥
opinion
친구들끼리
on that as well. I do want
얘기하는
to ask to the
느낌이래요.
panel, for those of you that do know a lot of that kind of extra story, is there any bit of story lore that you wish you had known before you started playing the game that might be good for new players to know before they dive in on Friday?
yeah.
메인 캐 말고 이 게임을 시작하기 전에 이런 퀘스트가 있다는 걸 미리 알았으면 좋았을 것 같다 하는 게 있나요?
Like Kat said, 500 years have passed. They don't even know that the Ark, if it even exists, but they also don't know, like, this has happened before in the past. Guardians were created to, like, defend Arcadia.
라고
Before
물어봤는데
that, Zogma had invaded and was trying to get the Ark.
얘기가 사슬 전쟁까지 내려가 버렸어.
Prior to, you know, this 500 years of just peace.
So you wish you had some of that prior war history before diving in the first time?
Yeah, definitely. Because when I first played, I knew that 500 years had passed, but I didn't know, like.
Since what?
Yeah, since what? What's going on? You know? What are the arcs, you know?
Okay.
아, 이분은 500년 전에 뭔 일이 있었는지는 알았는데 사슬 전쟁이 있었다는 건
I just
모르는데?
think it's really cool that Kazros is like stuck in a mountain, but it's just his physical form. So I think it's really cool to know that
이분은
his
이제
physical form is in Arcadia, and then his
카제로스는
soul
어디에
is
gat혀
in
있고
Tundra. So that's just
지금 모습은 그냥 피지컬
You
폼?
know your stuff.
그러니까 막 실제가 아니라는 거?
So when we're talking about this, okay, we got the world of light, we've got the Ark, and we've created Arcadia, and we've got this volcano-dwelling, demon-summoning, dark shadow entity. Are we talking like literally under the ground and like the Titans are down in Hades, or is it like a split parallel dimension?
이분은 그
and this is,
페트라니아
like,
지하
existing
세계가
on Earth in the same time, you know? Like are we?
So
진짜로 지하에 있는 건지.
Like a dimension of light that was created, and then thus, because it's kind of like light and shadow, a dark
궁금해하고
world was also created
있는데
called Petrania.
So this is all happening parallel to each other?
I don't know how many of you are deep
이분이
into Witcher lore,
이제
but is it kind of like
약간
spheres colliding in
페트라니아는
Witcher
지하에 있는 게
lore?
아니라 평행세계 마냥
Conjunction.
그냥 다른 데 있다.
Thank you, Brian.
뭐 이렇게 말해주는 것
Yeah,
같습니다.
that's how I envision it at least. But I think
아크라시아랑
what it comes down to,
페트라니아랑.
Brian, is we're just gonna have
We're
to
gonna
play
have to
more
find
of the
out. Okay,
game.
fine.
But I can tell you this though is that Kazaros, he's in this volcano, but when they battle, Kazaros, his soul is in another area. So